It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again. You're listening to World Combat Sports. 2021 is on deck and running. You heard? Tone Brown in the building. What's good? Salute to you. Appreciate you being the first in the building today. I had to get back on here and talk about the hot topics. You know what I'm saying? The hot topics, the dirty South topics, especially off of what I'm hearing and seeing. I'm expecting some people to pull up. You know, it was a debate that was going on a forum. On a forum about this, Ryan Garcia, A-side. And I just wanted to see if they're able to drop by and speak on it some more. But, individuals, they will talk to you as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? They will talk to you as much as possible behind an avatar and in a group setting with people alike, with like people. You know what I'm saying? They feel more comfortable like that. But if you send them the invite just to kind of prove as to why they're trying to take out the lawnmower and act like they're mowing the lawn with no blades on the bottom. You're just going through the motions. You're going off what you're hearing on TV. De La Hoya says that Ryan Garcia is the A-side. All the other champions. Every champion out there needs Ryan Garcia, not the other way around. I mean, what in the hell is this dude talking about? Oscar De La Hoya, who I respect for his boxing accolades, he said, well, we can see that possibly happen when we're ready. When Ryan is ready, and obviously Ryan is ready to face anybody. Okay. De La Hoya is saying Ryan's ready to face anybody. That's never a doubt. But it's going to be on our terms, on the terms of Ryan Garcia, said De La Hoya to Fighthub. It doesn't mean business. No, when he's ready, when he wants to, every champion out there needs Ryan Garcia. It's not the other way around. De La Hoya grades him a 6.0 out of a 5 scale. Once again, De La Hoya gave Ryan a 6 out of a 5 graded scale. This is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, you see my thumbnail. Is it? I mean, do we need a cup and a urine? What the hell is going on? Is he trying to make up for when, Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez was trying to leave him recently? Are you trying to put the man back in your good graces by exacerbating a lie? Every other champion needs Ryan Garcia. It's absolutely hilarious, man. That shit is comedic at best. Comedic. Laughable. The hell are you talking about? The hell are you talking about, De La Hoya? Michael Johnson Boxing talking more. What's good? Syndicate J in the building. What's good with your salute? They should be like, who cares who is the A-side? That's all I'm talking about. What is boxing going to? Because you know what? We keep on getting these type of fights where we believe that certain opponents are going to face one another. And then the money shit comes into play and it messes everything up. I'm just going to focus my interest elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? They want us to respect the sport. You know what I'm saying? But the boxers aren't doing it. How you want us to respect the sport when all you want to do is sit up here and put these lame ass demands up front when you know damn well you haven't earned it yet? I'm not going to sit up here and tolerate the extensive biasness is going on here. You know, the motherfucking precipitation where people want you to lean your head back and open your mouth and say, okay, there you go. Just take in all this bullshit we trying to feed you. Don't worry about the taste. It's gonna taste like fecal matter, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just take it for its nutritional value, because this is what we're trying to feed you. We're trying to feed you, first of all, a whitewashed version of Ryan Garcia getting off the canvas. We want to just whitewash that over and praise him, laud him, chevaux, everything that comes with it. We want to say Ryan Garcia got off the canvas. Man, how special this guy is. He is so damn special. And I have to call it for what it is, man. If I look at it in any way, shape, or form, these same individuals, I have not heard you praise Deontay Wilder for getting off the canvas, regardless if he lost or not. You know what I'm saying? How is that possible? I haven't heard you praise Terrence Crawford, Joshua Greer Jr. I haven't heard you praise any of these fighters. But you want to praise motherfucking Cepeda and Baranchik for knocking each other's head off with no damn defense. I didn't hear you praising Nakatani. I didn't hear you praising the Japanese fighter who got off the canvas and freaking stopped Felix Verdejo. I didn't hear y'all praising him. Y'all just let that shit slide because y'all don't care about being non-biased. You know what I'm saying? That's the mask you want to wear. There's no way that I can sit up here and let that shit just dissolve like that. I hear everybody talking about Latino fighter this, Latino fighter that. But what about if I was doing media and I said black fighters in the building, black fighters on deck? Shout out to the black fighters. Then it'll be people all on my timeline, all in my live chat talking about, oh man, got it. Gosh damn it. I knew it. It only took him a little bit of time in 2021. I knew it. He's fucking racist. He's racist. But listen, I'm hearing a lot of the push as if, people want you to act like you don't know English. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear me talk about fighters on both sides from all walks of life. But I'm hearing certain individuals just push Latino fighters in every narrative when it comes to any. If it's a Latino fighter, Hispanic, Latino, whatever you want to call it, if they're in the equation with the matchup, then they're going for that. How can you sit there and boost up Ryan Garcia as being in the top 3 of anything? I have been open with my criticism of the lightweight division, especially when it came to Team Haney. But I have to call it for what it is. Like, you have certain people up there that's putting Ryan Garcia in front of Devin Haney just because he got off the canvas from someone who's already visited the canvas. So if that is the case, right? That is the case. So are we looking at the opponent that Ryan Garcia faced, being he stepped in there with Lomachenko and got off, stood up from the canvas then, and then he was able to go ahead and drop Ryan Garcia, but yet he wasn't able to come off the canvas and win the fight? I'm just trying to find out what advancement are we looking at right now? How are we grading or calibrating our assessment with this? Because with Devin Haney and Gamboa, even though I'll say Gamboa is an older fighter, neither one of them was on the canvas. right? But Gamboa has been on the canvas before. Luke Campbell has been on the canvas before. So therefore, I was also critical about the opponent of Gamboa because he had been on the canvas last year when he faced Gervonta Davis. But guess what? Luke Campbell is coming off the canvas too against Lomachenko his last fight before he stepped in there with Garcia. So how is this being whitewashed to a point where they want to praise Ryan Garcia for getting off the canvas when he was still hurt, going off instinct, and just pushing forward on a fighter who refused to throw back, who refused to freaking dig in the motherfucking toolbox and dump it all in the ring and say, you know what, it's my night. I'm about to upset Ryan Garcia. It's good. He just went back like a good, adorable UK fighter. He sat down in his place of being second. He allowed Ryan Garcia to regain the momentum and did what he's supposed to do. Not trying to be anything special in boxing. You know, he's happy with his gold, his gold medals, you know, hanging off his damn wall in his bedroom. That's what Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell is just happy he was able to become a gold medal Olympian. That's what Luke Campbell's happy for. Because when he hurt Ryan Garcia, he did absolutely nothing to capitalize off of it. Nothing. He did zero. So how in the fuck is De La Hoya up here saying just because Luke Campbell didn't capitalize and Garcia stopped him with a body shot that he's at the top of the food chain right now? He's the A side. That shit is hilarious. Stop that shit. Stop it. Stop it, man. That shit is absolutely hilarious. It's unbelievable what I'm hearing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's unfucking believable how biased boxing media is on this YTBC community. It's extremely biased and it's purposely designed right now that way. It's an agenda behind the scenes on all these chats where people are agreeing to push a certain narrative on specific fighters just for views. And it's unfortunate they're selling themselves out because they're desperately in need to build up as if YouTube is going to be around forever. YouTube isn't going to be around forever. So it doesn't matter if you purchase your views, you purchase your subscribers, it doesn't freaking matter. You can sit up here and continue the live for views all you want. YouTube, if this is what your mainstay is, this is what your career is going to be about. A community that takes 30% for you to get on here and push a narrative and lie and whitewash things. Well, good luck with that. Good luck. Seriously, good luck with that. No one should be giving a damn about Ryan Garcia being the A side of anything. Just make the fight. Just like Michael said, make the damn fight. We don't want to hear this A side, the other side of the street. Who's going to be B side? You know damn well you're not going in there with Gervonta Davis, who's a 3-time world champion, and you're the A side. And he's coming off a knockout of Leo Santa Cruz. It's no way that you can fathom that Floyd Mayweather would even allow a fighter like Oscar De La Hoya, who he showed an extreme amount of animus to. He's not going to allow him to come on and dictate the terms as if they're going into their own fight. This shit. Floyd Mayweather did Oscar De La Hoya a favor once. It's not happening this time with Tank. That's when he was fighting. And the rest is history. But when it comes down to Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, it ain't happening. But I'm anxious to see, people. I'm very anxious to see if indeed Mauricio Suleiman, who was on another agenda rally, you know what I'm saying? He made sure the wagon wheels was all nice and rounded. The axles was good and oiled. He's on another freaking mission. So let's see if Ryan Garcia goes into the fight with Devin Haney and he's the A side. Because if Team Haney allows Oscar De La Hoya, all right, to somehow, some way come in there as the A side against Haney, you better not ever show your face on YouTube again, because you just lost every remaining ounce of credibility. They better not ever show your face. If you allow Ryan Garcia to be A side, and you are walking around here, I'm the WBC this, the WBC that. When they sitting up there, when they're in the ring, they act like Ryan Garcia is the damn WBC champion. I mean, it's time for certain individuals to wake up. Like, they diluted the shit out of Devin Haney's belt, but they're doing it again. It was diluted with the franchise belt, and then they're attempting to dilute it again with Ryan Garcia's interim championship. They was up there saying the WBC world champion. I mean, how blatant is it getting in boxing? Man, I'm telling you, Mauricio, I didn't get that vibe from him when I was interviewing him in NYC. I really didn't get that damn that discriminatory vibe, that blatant prejudice vibe. Even his wife was in there. I took a picture with her and him. I didn't get the vibe, but now I'm getting all sorts of cloudy weather, man. I'm getting a lot of distortion from Mauricio Suleiman, because they're up there boosting up Ryan Garcia as if he was the damn title holder in Devin Haney's position. Seriously. I'm like, if I was Team Haney, I wouldn't even hang around here that much, because right now, comparable to the lightweight, they you know, you hear people talking about the top three, you hear them talking about the top five, and you know, I hear them saying Devin Haney is number 5 right now. That's what you get when you're trying to convince the people you're trying to pitch a shutout. That's what I was trying to tell you, Bill. You want to call me a hater? Congratulate. That's what I was trying to tell you. They will congratulate. They will congratulate a Mexican fighter, a Mexican American, whatever. It's according to what they want them to be. They will sit up here and boost up Garcia, getting off the canvas and pushing the pace and making the fight exciting, than you convincing people that you was in there to pitch a shutout. That's a perfect point I was trying to make with Team Haney. People are not going to sit up here and want to see you just box all night and say it's hit or not get hit. You still got to put forth some effort and take some risk. And though he got off the canvas, I have to say that Ryan Garcia took risk. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia took risk. He stepped to him, even though Luke Campbell was like acting like he wanted a hug or something. He wasn't doing shit. He took a risk. Ryan Garcia took a risk, close distance, and ended up getting a knockout. Devin Haney, you sit up there and play it safe, and you landed some punches, yeah, but it wasn't in the same aggression. I know you had different opponents, but it wasn't in the same aggression. It wasn't as entertaining. So people are going to further try to devalue your placement as a WBC world champion. They're gonna devalue you. And you know who's laughing? Teofimo Lopez is laughing, because no one can say or attempt to say that about Teofimo. But what is becoming a travesty out here in the YouTube community is the fact that there's no way, shape, or form Ryan Garcia should be congratulated for getting off the canvas the way he is. Now, I'm not saying he should have stayed on the canvas. I'm saying, are you not looking at who he was in there with? And then why are you not asking the questions? What was he on the canvas in the first place? Anyway, why were you there, son? You do all these videos about being quick. All these motherfucking videos, Ryan. Look all pretty. But as I told you, as I said to people before, All right, no foot movement, no drills where he's moving his head. He's closing his eyes on some of his shots. Man, come on already, bro. Y'all really trying to say that this man is better? His ring IQ is higher than Vasil Lomachenko? I can't sit up here and be extremely biased like that and say, Lomachenko all of a sudden is stupid, old, and dumb when it comes to boxing. Just because he was defeated by Tio, that was still a tough fight on the back end of it. But for Ryan Garcia to go in there with Vasil Lomachenko, you think he's in front of Lomachenko? Seriously, you put him in the top 3 and put Lomachenko and Devin Haney in the bottom 5? How is that? Seriously, how do we gauge that as being something to take serious? How do we validate the credibility to it? It's just odd. It's almost like an impotence when it comes to comprehension or competence, whatever you want to call it, man, of the sport of boxing. Like, people become very impotent. You know what I'm saying? They prejaculate. And then they say, oh, shit, what happened? I was so excited. But you're getting excited off the wrong shit. You're more excited to see Ryan Garcia win than to watch a boxing match. I wanted to see Ryan Garcia win too. And he did that. But then I look on here and I'm listening and I'm cataloging and note taking, and I'm hearing so many individuals saying that Ryan Garcia is ready for Gervonta. I hear a lot of individuals saying Ryan Garcia, is in front of Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is top 3 lightweight. So all of a sudden we forget about just recently Vasil Lomachenko being top 2 pound for pound. He loses again, but since he's been top 2 pound for pound, the first time he lost was in his second fight as a professional. But his first loss came since he's been on his run as a 3-division champion. He lost to Teofimo Lopez. That one loss, all of a sudden, he's stupid and dumb and has no ring IQ. Anybody in their right mind can see that Ryan Garcia does not have the ring IQ of Vasil Lomachenko. Mark Pinkerton in the building. Salute to you. Say evening, WCS. Time and beat speeds. Yes, time and beat speed, man. And we know that, in my opinion, Lomachenko should have better speed than Ryan Garcia. Tank, his power, he has a different style of boxing when it comes to his opponent or, whoever he wants to make his food. He has some different type of rules to his game, Gervonta. He has a lot of amateur career too, but something's very fishy about this. I wouldn't say fishy. Something is very unique, if I want to keep it classy. Something's very unique about Ryan Garcia them being entirely focused on Gervonta Davis. Because I feel deep down inside that the contentiousness between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, they're going to try their best to attempt to make Ryan Garcia a 50-50 fight against Gervonta Davis, something to that nature. And I have every faith in Floyd Mayweather that there's no way Oscar's going to come in there and say Ryan Garcia is the A-side in this fight. And they cannot sit up here at this point, just with 21 victories, and say they wholeheartedly believe that Ryan Garcia is ready for Gervonta Davis. I don't know why people continue to say, okay, well, Gervonta is so small. He's so small. I'm not gathering. They're contending at 135 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I know Gervonta just fought in a previous division where he was a world champion, but he's 135 pounds. He had a fight up here already. So therefore, both of these guys are going to balance the scale alike. All of a sudden, people are acting like Ryan Garcia is Masayoshi Nakatani. He's not that huge, man. He's not that big, even comparable to Tank Davis. You got to get the midget syndrome out of your system. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson was a smaller opposition when he was knocking cats out too. People tend to not compare that to Gervonta Davis. Mike Tyson was small too. When I say small, he was short rather. But you know, he was built in stature, thick neck, quads. He was compact, and his physique fit in real nice to the heavyweight division as a killer. And that's what Mike did. As a young fighter coming up, this was a decent win for Ryan in the context of possibly fighting Tank or Haney. Next, he looks like a straight up shot. Me looking at, you know, him being 21-0 there, Andrew. And shout out to Andrew being in the building. 79 Boxing, what's good? How much are we going to say that it was a decent win? When people say decent, don't we take that as an insult? If you're getting graded on your job performance and your boss call you into the office, they say, hey, this is your evaluation. Andrew, I just want to tell you, you're doing a decent job, okay? I just want to let you know you're doing a decent job. It's decent. If you just get a brand new car and you pull up and you ask your girl, say, hey, you ask any girl or whatever, not to be biased. What you think of this car right here? She say, oh, it's decent. I mean, you're gonna say to yourself, God damn. She's gonna take it back to the motherfucking lot. I'm just saying it's decent. What about this outfit I got on? Oh, it's decent. A decent is marginal. You know what I'm saying? It's not over the top celebration. They're not giving you the credits, man. They're not. It's just certain fighters in boxing, especially Terrence Crawford, who's off the canvas, and all I heard was criticism. Criticism. It wasn't no, he got off the canvas. He's a dog. Man, Terrence Crawford, he's tough as they come. They was like, no, he got exposed. Kavalauskas was able to drop him. That just goes to show you when Aerosmith, you know what I'm saying? They just put all these tied in, all these negative freaking scenarios to link them up to Terrence Crawford. But I'm not hearing these motherfucking scenarios from overrated right now. Overrated Ryan Garcia. Flat-footed. This mother got ankle weights on. And he think he's going to just be a power puncher like that? Pretending to be a power puncher and your chin? You're not setting up security around your chin? He has no security, y'all. Ryan Garcia is going to the heat of battle, and he don't even have a forward security team. They're not even there with a tactical plan. Ryan Garcia is just walking in, okay. You think I should put on my vest? Do I really need these sappy plates? Because I know, you know, it's green. You know what I'm saying? We hot right now. You think a bullet will really do anything? If you know, just say somebody came up and punched me, you know, do I really need that security? I mean, come on, man. Ryan Garcia is not even trying to have any security, any type of protection around his chin. There's no way he gets out. There's no way Ryan Garcia gets out or obtain 25 victories if he continues to increase his competition without a loss. I can't see it. I do not have him beating anyone in the top 3 of the lightweight division. I don't see him beating anyone. But to be honest with you, I have to lend respect to boxing. Like, I don't like what Devin Haney's doing, but I say when it comes to boxing, Devin Haney can box better than Ryan Garcia. It's up to Devin Haney to use that defense and be slick and hit and not get hit. It's up to him. But I'm not sold on Devin Haney's style at all. I'm not sold on his entertainment, the lack thereof to his value. I'm not at all. But when it comes to Ryan Garcia and people put him in front of Devin Haney, I'm like, come on, man. Like, if anything, and they might be shoulder to shoulder with Ryan Garcia just being a little bit behind him because Devin Haney ain't been on the deck. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him on the deck. That stands for something. Doesn't matter what color you are. That stands for something. A body is a body. Let the bodies hit the floor, right? Let the bodies hit the floor. That means something. 79 boxers say fighting tall with no movement. Fighting tall with no foot movement, head movement, and punching with eyes closed, just like Amir Khan. He's going to get called in exchange if he doesn't get retooled. I agree, man. If he doesn't sit there and just think about remediating that shit. And then, they boost him up. You hear people on here talking, he's with Saul Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso. Yes, CC. But I'm looking like, what has he been not teaching you? Y'all just been doing mitts and motherfucking drills for the gram. I mean, what has Reynoso been teaching him? Because Canelo does not in no way, shape fight a box like that. No way. No way, no how we can compare that. But for Ryan Garcia, man, you all really need to stop the madness. Y'all really need to stop the madness because you're being unfair to yourselves. You're being unfair to your audience who's sitting up there co-signing on the bullshit. And I'm glad that, as the channel grow, I'm keeping these type of individuals that come over here all the time that I can totally understand who are solid individuals, and they're not going to jump on the bandwagon to agree with everything I say. They're not. I just don't need it. Ryan Garcia called out Tank because his pride was hurt when he hit the canvas, so he needed a cover up. I believe that Ryan Garcia called out Tank Davis just to bring more attention to himself, to further whitewash this knockdown. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to bring the attention on himself to call out Gervonta when Devin Haney was in the building. Team Haney, there's no hate here. But if you don't see what's going on, this right here, how y'all being disrespected and treated like you are just collateral damage in your first division where you have earned a champion the absolute wrong way, let's come follow you to 140. This is the only thing I was trying to tell you. That's all I was trying to tell you. They're trying to make y'all the Rodney Dangerfield of the lightweight division. I don't care how much you stunt for the gram. When it comes down to this boxing shit and y'all showing up and you want people to look at you, not just to take a picture and say, oh, that's Devin Haney, Bill Haney over there. Nah, you want them to have a sidebar conversation and say, you know what? Ain't nobody fucking with him. But that's not the conversation they having. They're like, oh, Ryan Garcia, even though he was down, he'll probably get Devin Haney a good go. He'll probably get Devin Haney a very competitive match. That's what people are saying. I'm not trying to see y'all out here being treated like the Rodney Dangerfield of the lightweight division. You cannot always refer back to the black culture of putting yourself out there as buying a new vehicle. Because ultimately, in your heart of hearts, in your heart, in your mind, when you're relaxing and you're chilling and you're enjoying whatever you're doing, whatever home you're staying at, you're chilling, relaxing, and everything. In your mind, you're thinking, damn, I got to get more respect out here. I have to get more respect. After all the ass kissing from channels that had Bill on there all the other time with Gary Russell shit, where are they now? Are they still talking about Devin Haney the way it was? Because there's no way that Ryan Garcia, I'm serious, this is the switch up. There's no way that Ryan Garcia has to do as much as Devin Haney is doing to get notoriety and recognition. He just puts out training videos. Now he finally gets in a tough fight because a lot of y'all don't know, but Francisco Fonseca, he was coming up from 30. He went from 35 to 140, dropped down to 130, and then back up to 35 to defeat to fight Ryan Garcia. People don't know that shit. They just say, "Oh, he knocked out Fonseca in the first round." But check his fights leading up to that, though. Check out Francisco Fonseca's fight leading up to fighting Garcia. And then, I even explain to people, they're gonna say this. Well, guess what? Ryan Garcia knocked out Fonseca, quicker than Gervonta Davis, but Gervonta Davis fought Fonseca back in 2017 or something like that? And he stopped him in the 7th round. But Ryan Garcia stopped him in the 1st round. But still, it brings us all the way full circle to say, what happens now at 135 with these fighters? Especially Ryan Garcia. What happens? I was a little disappointed in performance. I was one of those people hyping him up. Hey, we ain't, look, one thing about it there, Andrew, we're not perfect in this boxing media shit. We're not perfect as boxing fans. We're not. We're not perfect as human beings in life. We're bound to get something incorrect. But when we get it wrong here, all we have to do is shake our head and say, okay, I got it wrong. All right, cool. According to how much shit you talked on here, you gotta go up here and answer, to some backlash you're gonna get. That's all. And then if you're running your own platform and your channel, of course you're gonna have certain individuals, the listening ears, turn back into the live chat and say, hey, WCS, hey, did you watch the fight? So if I get up here and say, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, and the fight didn't go the way I thought it would go, and I'm up here playing around. No, I ain't checked that fight out. What happened? Y'all gonna say bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No, you saw the fight. I think the entire push for 2021, since we had a change in president and all that, people getting a little fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a little fugazi. They're trying to start up. Some of these individuals trying to start up an internal resistance. Believe me when I tell you, they're trying to start an internal resistance, man, when it comes to Black and Hispanic fighters. And what they're going to do once they go live, they're going to start boosting up the Hispanic fighter to be in front of any fighter that's not of their popular interest. And it's going to be with extreme bias. Like I said, they can't do it with Teofimo Lopez because he's from Honduras. You know what I'm saying? He has all the belts, so they can't fuck with Teofimo right now. But they're going to try with everybody else. They're going to try with Gervonta Davis. They're going to try with Devin Haney. Vasil Lomachenko, whenever they feel like fucking with him. Since Vasil came out talking about the judges was paid and all that, they pretty much treating him and kicking him to the curb too. So they're going to try to compare all everything that culminated up to that knockdown, him getting up and freaking getting the stoppage. They're gonna just build that shit up. They're gonna place it beneath the magnifying glass. And they're gonna try to allow the audience to look through that magnifying glass and say, listen, this is what we want you to see. This is what I was trying to tell you. Ryan Garcia is a special fighter. He got off the canvas. I see some of the individuals that are showing their true colors about this fight. You cannot continue to compare Hispanic fighters to black fighters. If you want to say Hispanic fighters are the best, if that's your narrative, then why keep comparing them to black fighters? Compare them to the other Hispanic fighters if that's the narrative you're trying to push. If that's your agenda, I'm comparing them to them. Just don't compare them to black fighters all the time, because I can assume that you're being extremely biased. That's all I'm saying. Michael said Garcia loads up too much and can't tuck his chin worth shit when he backs up. You know what they need to do in between rounds there, Michael? They need to pull out a fish hook and motherfucking plant that shit in front of Garcia's chin and then wrap that fish twine around his fucking neck and put it in a knot. I guarantee he'd put that chin down then. I bet he'll put that chin down then. Yeah, that chin will stay down, because every time he raise it, he like, God damn, how does a fish deal with this shit? This hurt like a bitch. How does a fish deal with a hook in its mouth? They have to go to desperate measures, man, to improve. Like, I'm not saying Garcia is garbage. He can improve if he chooses to, but his ego might be too high or elevated, or he may be closed-minded in a way where he has this sense of bravado about him that he feels he doesn't need to listen. He'll get away with whatever he chooses to believe he has, which is power and speed. He wasn't even trying to have the dominant lead foot position. He wasn't trying to, because he felt that he can catch Campbell with anything. He didn't care. He didn't care, people. He didn't think he could get caught with anything from Campbell. So why would he even try to focus on keeping his foot on the outside? He didn't fucking care. 21 Strong say, salute W. Said, if you truly break down Ryan, down, there's no way he's a top 135 pounder. 21 Strong, salute, man. Solid shit right there. Solid. Gold medal shit. That's what I'm trying to speak to you all. It's no way. Like, come on, man. Like, Oscar De La Hoya coming out his face, man. Oscar De La Hoya coming out his face. I have to put the thumbnail back up there, because Oscar De La Hoya, man, I gotta let my thumbnail speak for itself. This dude is on some other stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You talking crazy. You're saying that Ryan Garcia is gonna be the A side, and all the other champs need to understand that. So my question to Oscar De La Hoya: where in the Sam Hill do you even understand what you're saying? How do you believe that this man is going to be the A side after getting off the canvas, and he really hasn't fought any top name competition? Any. And another thing that was disturbing, everyone that's in the chat, from Michael, the 79 Boxing, 21 Strong, Andrew, Seneca J, Mark, Tone. What was a little bit, I mean, it was distinctiveness. Like, it gave you that Halloween feeling. Because it's a lot of strange things going on with this fight. It's just a lot of weird shit on why people boosting up Ryan Garcia. But you know what's crazy? And I just don't know why people refuse to call it for what it is. How can you promote? Why are they so quick to promote? And why are they promoting Ryan Garcia like they tried to do Danny Garcia or Errol Spence, right? Why are they promoting fighters that aren't performing and getting the results? When did we start looking to the fighters who's coming in second all the time, and you're boosting the fighter up that won when he fought someone that was just average? How can you elevate Luke Campbell and say, "Oh, his resume is better than Devin Haney"? He fought Luke Campbell, who fought Lomachenko. He lost both fights. So I'm asking myself, right? They're in the same boat. Gamboa came off the canvas and lost. You know what I'm saying? Luke Campbell came off the canvas and lost against Lomachenko. And then he comes off the canvas again when the fight was fucking over. So how are you building up any type of aura around Luke Campbell defeating Ryan Garcia defeating Luke Campbell, who is on a 2-fight losing streak right now? Didn't he lose against Mendez? Didn't he lose against Linares? I'm trying to find out, like, why is the delirium? Are these individuals stuck in a psychosomatic episode right now where they have to place themselves in a different type imaginary fight to kind of boost Luke Campbell up a bit, as if he didn't lose to Lomachenko, just like they tried to erase Orlando Salido record for Lomachenko? Is that what we're going through? It's just a psychosomatic episode, right? So you're pretending or imagining, you're thinking so much within your head that yeah, Luke Campbell far exceeds Devin Haney when it comes to a resume. And then you ask him how? Who? Luke Campbell. This coming off a loss. But Devin Haney, see, he went the distance with Lomachenko, but you know, Gamboa, he got stopped by Javante. But he went the distance with Haney. It's a difference, y'all. I'm saying to myself, what the fuck is going on here? Losing is losing to a point unless you was robbed, unless you was rolling Romero Jackson Martinez, okay? But I'm saying, how is there any breath of your fiber to say that Luke Campbell provided Ryan Garcia with a higher appraisal to be ranked, except picking up the interim title? Like, even with Devin Haney, he was ranked 4th, and he had the WBC Super, a World or whatever. He was ranked 4th. So how are we gonna have Ryan Garcia come up the chain and he picks up the interim title? Now they want to look at the title as being prestigious. This is the interim title. It's Ryan Garcia who's beneath the Canelo Alvarez. Look, if Devin Haney and his team hasn't figured out that the prestige and royalty that Ryan Garcia is receiving from Canelo Alvarez is going to rain down on them like they wouldn't believe. You may have good weather in Vegas, but inside you better bring an envelope, especially when you go to the negotiation table. If you think for 1 minute, Team Haney, you walking around here flexing and all that shit, who's gonna flex for you when it comes to Canelo Alvarez royalty treatment when they try to sell you a Ryan Garcia fight and say you have to be the B side? I'm telling you, man. I don't care how critical. I don't even want to see them do that. I hope that's not the case. And I'm just saying, I really don't want to see Team Haney have to go through that bullshit. But I'm seeing something here. The cash cow is going to attempt to get Ryan Garcia or maneuver Ryan Garcia in a way that he's going to go into these fights and negotiate as if he's a higher standing than what he is. It is all about who you know. So you think Canelo Alvarez is not going to have any influence on some of these people? Yeah. Team Haney, you better get ready. And I'm going to tell you, Bill, if you're watching, you better not ever think about allowing Oscar De La Hoya to come in there and make you all the B side. You better not even consider that, Bill. After all the talk that you have basically marinated to these channels and finesse them, massage them real good, and put them in a mental place of comfort, you better not even think about letting us find out you allow Ryan Garcia to go in there and influence y'all to capitulate to be the B side, and then say, oh, well, Floyd did against Oscar, so we're gonna do it now, and it's gonna work out the same because we're gonna beat Ryan Garcia. But no, it's not the same scenario. I want y'all to go in there and understand that if you think they're not gonna present the A side, B side to y'all, you're absolutely mistaken. As men, y'all better handle business over there, Team Haney, else you're going to be the laughing stock of the division and potentially in boxing for a minute. If you allow them to pimp you out like that and walk into that fight after the way Ryan Garcia performed off Luke Campbell, and he's the A side against you, Haney, and when y'all was just clout chasing Teofimo Lopez, but now all of a sudden you want Ryan Garcia, I'm pretty sure you got them Mikey Garcia glasses on, huh? What y'all think, people? He has them Mikey Garcia glasses on, huh? He probably say, yeah, I see something. Yeah, he got knocked down. I see something right there. I'm way quicker than Luke Campbell. I see something. I just see too many openings. I just see I'm much better than Ryan. I see something. Now, if Devin Haney says he sees something, I believe it because he's a much quicker fighter than Luke Campbell. But also, we haven't seen Devin Haney hurt. We don't know if Ryan Garcia has legitimate power or not. Because just because Devin Haney wasn't able to knock out Gamboa and he went the distance with Alfredo Santiago doesn't mean that we might not see Ryan Garcia on the canvas. Both of these fighters may potentially be on the canvas. We don't know, because right now I'm believing wholeheartedly that Ryan Garcia has a suspect chin. That shit is part motherfucking styrofoam, and he has some they got some aluminum foil wrapped up in there and some confetti chips. Seriously, I think Ryan Garcia's chin may be marshmallow made. And speaking of the knockdown, if you are here pushing the narrative once again, saying that the knockdown was a flash knockdown, like Oscar De La Hoya, then go ahead, sniff on. Oscar, sniff on. Go ahead, sniff on, my friend. If you believe wholeheartedly that shit was a flash knockdown, Oscar, you're being right around what I'm looking at right now. Come on. Your eyes are wide, your pupils are dilated. Shit, you on some shit. If you believe that was a flash knockdown. After you heard Ryan Garcia say he was buzzed getting up. So we might be looking at Amir Khan 6.6. We might be looking at James Kirkland. We might be looking at Anthony Joshua in a different weight class. Because if you're talking about who has the weakest chin right now in boxing, Anthony Joshua ranks top 2. Seriously. Let me get back to the comments. They should be like, who cares with A side? Okay, time beat speed. As a young father coming up, this was a decent win. I read that. I was a little disappointed in performance. I was one of those people hyping him up. You can still hype him up. Go ahead, hype him up. He needs it. It's not even promoting. It's more like robbing. You know, and he's going to get that Canelo treatment. So we're going to see how much power. Who's going to do the pushing and who's going to do the pulling. That's all I want to know. Who's going to do the pushing and pulling? I wish you see WCS could ask Oscar to explain that statement. I wish I could too, but whenever I try to get in contact with people that Golden Boy, it's no go, man. They very. You just don't see those fighters. You don't see the staff. You really don't see them unless it's Ellie, unless it's ES News. I mean, I don't see Oscar Al. I don't see too many of them people over there at Golden Boy, man. He deals mostly with Hispanic fighters, but he has Bernard Hopkins there working with the organization. So why don't Bernard try to get some black fighters over there? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's Golden Boy for a reason. Not sure what his position is, but it can be more. I wish I could too. Shit. But it's just disappointing, real talk. It's disappointing. I'm thinking about this. And of course, the Marauders, they didn't show up. I really, I was primed and ready. I wanted to hear what they had to say about this shit. Speak to me. Let's talk about this shit, man. But more and more I think about it, the people that are pretty much coddling in the live chat over on these other different channels, they like it. They like it to hear the same narrative of bias. They will sit over there and they like to just settle down and molest the keyboard and put in dumb shit. Garcia's the best top 3. He's in the Fab 5. He can do this, and this. He's way better. When you try to compare, like I've been hearing, when you try to compare Ryan Garcia's resume to Devin Haney, as if it far exceeds, you're talking about a huge separation. You're not even making. That's just you saying, you know what? I'm going to be biased no matter if you like it or not. And then when I get enough people to agree with me in the live chat, I'm just going to, pep it up a notch and keep on digging and digging. Ryan Garcia, he showed courage. He showed intestinal fortitude. He gave me everything I was looking for in boxing tonight. Him rising off the canvas showed me that he is indeed one of the best Mexican fighters out here today. He is one of the best in the lightweight division. And let me tell you, outside of Teofimo Lopez, outside of that, no one beats him. No one. That's what they want you to believe. They'll say, outside of Teofimo Lopez, no one beats him. There's no one out there that beats Ryan Garcia outside of Teofimo Lopez. He defeats everybody. Well, I'll tell you like this. I would definitely be at the bookie. Either one of these fighters, whether it be Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia. There's no need for me to mention. It would be justice if we could see this from Team Mayweather, but I will absolutely be at the bookie if Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney fought Nakatani. Nakatani is a problem. People don't want to acknowledge him as a problem because he's a Japanese fighter. I love the Japanese culture. I was over there for many years. I went on so many dangerous motorcycle missions. I've seen so many martial arts in full contact and had an opportunity to see their schools and how they're disciplined over there. And they stick to tradition. Tradition. I don't know why people are just sleeping on Nakatani like he ain't shit. To be honest with you, he will fuck Ryan Garcia up. Nakatani will fuck Ryan Garcia up. Nakatani will give Devin Haney some problems. But the one thing about these flat-footed fighters, what are they going to do with the fighter who's moving? Devin Haney has a plus on that side. Ryan Garcia doesn't. Look at the way Felix Verdejo tried to fight him. He did have 2 knockdown success, man. He was able to get in close. But with loading up on all your punches like he was doing, just like Ryan Garcia, what is your cardio going to be when you have someone that can slip, punch, box on the inside, jab the shit out of you, make you frustrated? What's going to happen when you have to change over? I need to go to a different plan, B and C, because this is not working out for me. So let me change this shit up. Is his cardio good? Can he handle someone that's pressing him up against the ropes like he was doing Campbell, boxing him on the inside? I didn't see it, man. Because you're going to throw that lead left hook off the ropes. You got to move first. You got to step out, pivot, to land that. You got to do something special. But if somebody's bullying you, then we get to see how strong Ryan Garcia is in the clinch, up close and personal. I'm really waiting for these individuals to come by and they just talk. I should have known they wasn't going to come. They wasn't going to step up because the bias that they was having, where they was placing, Ryan Garcia on the list at the lightweight division. You cannot respect that. But I believe these individuals were there to just poke, put little pinholes and deflate the notoriety of the champion himself, Devin Haney, who never be the champion for a belt, but at least Ryan Garcia can say he stepped in there and he fought for a belt. So people are really casting out Devin Haney for like having no value, no Wall Street right now in the lightweight division. And I told you, man, Team Williams, we don't want to fight for those belts. We don't want those things because you didn't even fight for them yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't give us the WBC. But the name right now, I bet that fight looking real good. If you coming in the B side and not take that fight, against Team Williams, hey, that's your fault there, Devin. Because we try to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Williams, 150 boy wonder, man. We didn't get the fight because certain people, wanted to go out here and snitch it up, and make some phone calls and shit. So it's really nothing I can do about that. But we still grinding, and that's what it's gonna be. And make a good point. Team Williams was calling out Ryan Garcia too at one point in time. We sure did. And you know what he did? He blocked. He wasn't even trying to get that fight. He wasn't even trying to get that fight, y'all. Sure enough, he wasn't even trying to get that fight, man. But tell me, do you think it's far-fetched for Ryan Garcia to be the A side against Devin Haney? Do you think it's any? I mean, I'm talking like any, just a slight loophole of popularity that Ryan Garcia can be the A side against Devin? Do you all believe that's possible? I mean, let me know. Do you believe it's possible that Ryan Garcia can be the A side against Devin Haney if they make the fight? Because I know he's not going to be the A side against Gervonta Davis. But do you believe with Saul Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya coming in there to talk negotiations? And you know, Eddie Hearn is not a punk. So do you believe they can potentially make that shit happen and be the A side against Haney? Because there's no way I feel that they're the A side against Haney. They make that fight. They're not the A side. They're not. Regardless of how he received his belt, they're not the A side. For one, what people are missing, right, is the fact that Ryan Garcia hasn't even defended his belt. Let's get that straight, too. For you biased ones out there, let's get that straight. That should factor in, too. Since y'all boosting him up to go over there and be the A side against Devin Haney, he hasn't even defended his belt. At least we can say, you know, Devin Haney defended his belt. What is going to be, man? Like, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Shit. Help me, help you. That's all I want. But people, I want y'all to have a wonderful day tomorrow. Those of you that have to step out, you know what I'm saying, on this Tuesday. Wish y'all nothing but the best during the work week. Hopefully everyone's family is doing great. Continue to grow the channel, y'all. I definitely need more subscribers. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely should have had more subscribers. But if you want to donate to the channel, you know, my Cash App is up there or whatever. If you choose to donate to the channel, I appreciate your support. And also pass the word and share the content when you're checking out the live. It doesn't hurt to share the content, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't have Facebook groups and stuff like that, but if you have a group that you follow, they allow you to share things to the group. Support the growth. That's all I'm saying. Support the growth. That's all World Combat Sports is saying. Support the growth, man. I need you all as a team. One fight, one team. That is my motto all the time. That I am. You know what I'm saying? One fight, one team. That's what we are, World Combat Sports. Appreciate Andrew. Until next time, people, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports.
What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.